Yes, yes. So I'm going to try something magnificent. Ah, it works. You know, the topic title is Blossoming in the Swaying, and you might have heard her say that. And my question is, do we notice or do we ignore? Do we allow comfort to develop and be present in the discomfort? What does that mean? Is that a bunch of gobbledygook? Oh, and by the way, my first name is Sylvia, and this last name, ask me later. I honor my father and my mother, and so it confuses people when I say my last name is Isley Aguilera. Oh, I told you, dear. Now, was that discomforting or comforting? Comforting, I would say, because they were nice, and so I came out nice. So let me ask you this. Allow finding comfort in the discomfort or in discomfort. What does that mean? Well, let's see. How do we flourish and bloom like the flowers in the meadow or wherever we are when we face the ongoing ebb and flow of life's changes? Everybody says change is just change. No, it isn't. It has a great impact on everyone, whether it's whatever that may mean to each person personally. So how do we do this? So one of the things that has to happen, we need to set the ego aside. Now, I've heard it said here, like one of my favorite ministers, Reverend Jerry Troyer, say ego is edging God out. That's something we've heard, and it's been said before. Great. Well, maybe because we don't want to run God over. Okay, that could be. Or we are willing to allow life to express itself through us, as us. Well, guess what? We can flourish in the back and forth of our individual lives. And we can embrace the recognition of oneness. We're not alone in this. As Candace was saying, you can talk to your friends, talk to a practitioner or a minister. You can talk to whoever you want when you have concerns or questions. You can be a seeker with great success in finding the answers for yourself, or to answer already your own truth. Well, oneness. Oh, okay, that means we're all in it together. And yet we are distinctive. And yet we have many things in common, much more than not. Right? Yes, nod your heads. Yes. Now, due to the new scenarios that we get to face, they're big, they're small, life changes, everything in between, we notice the shift in our feelings, in our perspective, and in our attention. Our feelings, we know about feelings. They're always right there with us. And we react and respond. We know our feelings, whether or not we choose to express our feelings. That's our choice. We also know that we have our own perspectives. And when we get to witness or listen to or hear somebody else's perspective of life, that's enlightening sometimes. Whether or not we agree, it is enlightening. We know more. about ourselves, about the other person. Oneness. We don't have to agree on everything to feel connected. Better if we disagree, because then we have something to talk about over a cup of coffee. Now, in our attention, how much attention do we give to something? Do we burrow ourselves into a crossword puzzle? Yeah. A jigsaw puzzle? Yes. Studying how interesting it is that ladybugs can open up their wings and the stuff comes out and it's more wings. What? They're so tiny. Where does our attention go? What does it do? Is it like the horses that are pulling our carriage and they are not paying attention to what I give commands through the reins? Maybe they don't pay attention to me and I just say, fine, whatever. We do that sometimes. That's okay. We can always gather the reins up again and say, all right, horses, pay attention. All right, little doggy Fido, pay attention. All right, little Felina, you little mischievous kitty, pay attention. All right, kids, never mind. They are their own people, aren't they? They're just in a smaller size, but it doesn't last. Yeah. Well, look, any change can generate discomfort because it takes us out of our comfort zone. We love our comfort zones. We're so used to it. We like it. And we always talk about getting out of your comfort zone, but what does that mean? It means different things to different people. Some people love getting out of the comfort zone. They like whatever that may present, and that's okay. However you feel about it is all right. You are who you are. You are who you are. You are accepted, and you're part of the oneness, which means that you could be influenced by somebody in a very positive way. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I like it. And we get out of our comfort zone, because of we know what we know, we believe what we believe, and we even don't realize that what we have taken for granted is not impervious to change. Impervious? Really? That's right. Everything can be affected, impacted, influenced by, and changed by change. It's only change. I've heard that said. Okay, but yeah, well, how come it's so uncomfortable? Because it's new, like new shoes. And our assumptions that we grew up with or that we've acquired, maybe they're outdated. It takes a little consideration, a little introspection to just consider that maybe what we're assuming no longer works. Isn't the truth anymore for me. Something like that. In other words, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we get to decide our lives and how to create and let them unfold. Because change likely causes us to question our own beliefs, assumptions, and confidence can be shaken. Well, for example, consider the change of what it means and how it affects you when you're moving away from home, whatever age you're at, wherever you are in your life. Moving away from home, from workplace that you knew for so long. Moving away from your family and your community of friends with whom you feel at ease, comfortable, and safe. Change? Is it meant to feel like this? Really? It depends on how we respond or react. So, let me suggest this. When faced with uncomfortable situations, take a deep breath or several. Allow the energy of peacefulness, Candace talked about the peacefulness, which permeates everything and of which you and I are a part of. We all are part of peace is part of us. Adapt to your new feeling, to the growing recognition of who you are or are becoming. Again, echoing back to what Candace spoke about. Well, here's the question, and who is emerging from within you? Do you like it? Do you like you? I hope most of you think yes. And with all the, spots and dots and just the funny ways that we are, we can love ourselves and appreciate and know that there's more that's emerging. Now, if we never got told that when we were growing up, we kind of discovered it by mistake sometimes. It was rather shocking. So let me suggest that this is relevant. Oh. What does it say up there? Very good. In case y'all couldn't understand out there in La La Land, honest self-reflection is necessary to determine your next steps. In which direction or which fork in the road to take. Is this not true? How many of us have not taken the time to do honest reflection and went ahead like a bull in a china shop, like the guppy that escaped from the aquarium, boom, with consequences? However, know this, whatever path each one of us is on, and whatever detours we happen to take, it's okay. Because the main path is always there. We can always return to that anytime with a thought and a prayer. So let me, I like AAA. They offer all kinds of ways for you to do your journey. So let me offer some life travel tips that need to be dusted off and to be remembered as best as you can. Number 1, worry. 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 Worry is wasted energy. Do you not agree? Yeah. And if you don't agree, I'll talk to you afterward. Yeah, quit worrying. No worries. And you can trust your intuition, your feelings. And you've heard this said before, that still small voice that you hear doesn't indicate that you're going insane. No, you already are insane. So just accept that truth, that it's okay to be a little insane. Frankly, I find it quite interesting in other people. Yeah, that's me, Sylvia. I happen to know insanity because I'm Sylvia. But we listen to the still small voice, and it's okay. Trust it. If God is part of us, or by whatever name you call the greater good, or whatever that is, and we are part of that, of course we're going to have direct connection, mentally, emotionally, physically, universally. I mean, it's just, we're always connected to that. Therefore, I surmise we are connected to each other. When I love myself, I am loving you. When I laugh at myself, I'm laughing with you. A little different, yeah. So here it is. Yes, gather up your courage, confidence, and faith. We all say, well, I practice this faith and that faith. I said, that's fine. It's really all the same faith. It's just many roads to it, many paths to it, many ways to not go to it. That's fine. You have a choice. And know what? That faith is in you always. You can always, it's like the comfort pillow, the one you've had since you were 5 years old. That little bunny rabbit that has no stuffing left in it. You hug it, you love it. You believe and you love it, and it comforts you. And it feels good. So once you do these things, the next half of that is that you need to move forward. Take the courage, step by step, by step, by step. Perhaps even by leaps and bounds, especially if you're not looking where you're walking. And you end up in somebody's backyard pool. How delicious. I like that. But just kind of know you can trust. If I can jump so high, that means gravity is not pushing me down that hard. If I can hope, desire, dream of, pray for, command, set my intentions, anything like that, that means I can change my circumstances. I can adapt to the existing circumstances. We sometimes go through boot camp in life over and over and over again. It strengthens us. We can depend on other people to walk with us. We are always helped along the way. All we need to do is ask. And you have to accept what is changing and what has changed, because if you don't have any power over it, what do? Then consider being willing to experience what the current reality is, and you just keep moving forward as best as you can. Even with your eyes closed, you find your way. And just be open to growing the higher consciousness that is already there. The pilot light is on, and you can turn up the flame of self-decision, intuition, self-knowledge. You already have wisdom and instincts. All good. So, let me just wrap it up like this. I mentioned shoes earlier because we were thinking about the journey. Well, let's say this. Imagine. What if you're still wearing your favorite but ill-fitting footwear, and you are suffering so much discomfort and pain? What do? Keep walking? Stop? Thank you. Kick them off. Get a ticket for littering. Great. But yeah, you have to stop and have this knowing. These shoes were good at one time. Either they have shrunk or I have expanded, or a little of both. They're just worn out. They need a vacation. So what do? I accept the truth of that, and then I experience the power that I have to make a welcome change. Just like you said, take them off. Don't wear them anymore. Recycle them, burn them, whatever. But first, tell them, thank you. I am releasing you, my beloved, worn-out toe huggers. I am grateful and appreciative of all the miles that you have walked with me. Well, that can apply to everybody you know. Everybody is walking with you. You are never alone. You have everyone with you. When you think of them, they are with you, whether they are on this planet or in another place, whatever that may be. Your thought, your mind is so powerful. You can create the life, and you are doing that right now. You are creating the life that you're creating. You can kick it up, think the unimaginable, amazing dream. You are dream builders. And you have each other to build that dream, whatever that is. Do you see? Let me ask you this. Am I making myself clear? Do you understand what this woman here is trying to tell you? You think back on your life and you think about how many times you've had that close call. But you're still here. We get the close calls. They wake us up. And guess what? You're always available to be led by that divine intuition, that part inside of you. And it's okay to have these experiences. Do you agree? Yes. Thank you. Well, let me just say that in conclusion here, in the face of life's impending changes, we can flourish. So find and allow comfort in discomfort. The reason you have discomfort is because you're going to be looking for comfort. Yes? They go together. Like what?
Peas and carrots.
Like peas and carrots. Ew. Oh, peace and caring. Thank you. I gotcha. I'll pay you later. So at any rate, just like Candace said, be true to the truth of who you are and stay open all the way up at the top, up at the top, up. I can't go much higher. So thank you so much. And now, Martin and Candace and I have a special surprise for you. Look at that. So, hit it.
Let the mountains talk, let the river run. There is wisdom here, there is much to learn, there is much to know, much to understand in this healing time all across the land. You have heard my songs, oh so many years. You have laughed with me to wash away my tears. You have shared my joy, you have felt my pain in this healing time. Walk with me again through these darker days on this narrow line. Help me find my way, help me see the signs. have taught me well. You have brought me home. Let the mountains speak. Let the rivers run. As the world awakes to the rising sun. In each brand new day, in our own rebirth, in this healing time on our mother. Let the mountains talk, let the rivers run. There is wisdom here, there's so much to learn. In each brand new day, in our own rebirth, in this healing time for our mother earth. In each brand new day, in our own rebirth, in this healing time here on Mother Earth.
Thank you so much. Candace, Martin, and I, thank you so much. And put this together for you today on Practitioner Sunday.